James Isbister was born on the 26th of November 1833, most likely at Oxford House, Northwest Territories, now Manitoba. He was the son of John Isbister, an Orkneyman employed by the Hudson Bay Company, and Francis Sinclair, an English Métis. Isbister was well educated and could speak English, Gaelic, Cree, Chipewyan, and Michif. At the age of 26, he married Margaret Bear on the 1st of January 1859 at the Nipawewin Mission, Fort LaCorne, or James Smith First Nation. They were married by Henry Budd. The church record described him as a bachelor and an interpreter for the Hudson's Bay Company. His father, John, at the time, was the postmaster at Fort Carleton. Margaret Bear was 17 when they married. Her father, William Bear, was a servant of the Hudson's Bay Company. James and Margaret had at least 16 and possibly 18 children, including daughters Margaret, Christine, Eliza, Nancy, and Minnie. They also had sons Edward, Benjamin, and James. Margaret was baptized at the Isbister settlement in December 1863. The Isbister settlement was located on River Lot 65 in what is now the west end of Prince Albert, around 14th Street and 17th Avenue. Isbister had settled at that location along with a few other families in June 1862. He worked as a school teacher, freighted for the Hudson's Bay Company, and later on the government farm at John Smith Reserve, which is now Muscadet First Nation. He grew the first wheat crop in the area, hauling the wheat to the Red River settlement to be milled. Isbister was a lay reader with the Anglican Church and was the choir master at St. Catherine's Church, west of St. Mary's in the Lily Plain district. He played a leading role in the Settlers' Union, established in Prince Albert in October 1883, and was one of the party which included Gabriel Dumont, Moïse Hulette, and Michel Dumas, who traveled to the United States in 1884 to convince Louis Riel to return to Canada to petition the federal government to fulfill the promises they had made to the Métis and other settlers in the Northwest Territories. Riel and a group of about 40 men interrupted a church service at St. Catherine's later that year, demanding to speak to Isbister. Although supportive of the demands made of the federal government by the Métis and the settlers, Isbister distanced himself from Riel when Riel began advocating violence. The government offered both Isbister and Michel Dumas appointments in early 1885 as Indian farm instructors, but although Dumas accepted, Isbister refused. Regardless of his neutrality, Isbister was imprisoned in Prince Albert until the resistance was crushed. Isbister's wife died in 1895 and was buried in the Anglican cemetery on the Atakakoop First Nation. Isbister died in 1915 at the age of 81.